Good afternoon to each and every one of you out there. Allow me first to introduce myself. My name is Joseph Ronquillo. I'm an ICU registered nurse here in the United Arab Emirates, and I'm a proud Michaelian. I'm a proud graduate of St. Michael's College of Laguna School of Nursing, batch 2010. So that was 10 years ago. In this video, I will just give you some of the challenges and some of the experiences I had back in college when I was still a nursing student, and some tips to be able to become accomplished in what you do, most especially when you become a full-fledged registered nurse. So to begin with, I believe that this is the first day of your orientation. This is officially the first day na nursing student na kayo. And 14 years ago, I was in the same shoes as with you guys. And the one question I had in mind during that time is that, why did I take up nursing? Bakit nga ba ako nag-nurse? Well, I just think of two reasons kung bakit ako nag-nurse. Number one, because during my time, nursing is really in demand. In demand not just in the Philippines, but in abroad. A lot of hospitals from abroad are hiring well-trained Filipino nurses, and the compensation or yung salary is 6 or 7 times bigger than the salary na nare-receive ng isang registered nurse dito sa Pinas. So very, very engaging na maging nurse nung time na yon, since ang daming nag-hire from abroad. Second reason, which is somehow connected to the first reason, since it's in demand, my parents asked me to take the course. Yes, it's right. It's not my professional or it's not my personal decision to take up nursing. My parents actually are my biggest influence kung bakit ako naging nurse ngayon. And I must say, I'm very thankful to them because I think they were the ones na ginamit ni God as an instrument to lead me to the right path or to introduce me to nursing profession. And after 10 years, I can say na hindi ako nagsisisi na sinunod ko yung parents ko na naging nurse ako, simply because I love what I do and I found my calling in this profession. Kaya I'm very thankful to them, and very thankful din ako nung time na yon, in demand yung nursing. Anyway, I've listed here 3 challenges or 3 problems I had when I was a freshman nursing student. Number 1 is adapting to a new environment. College is not like high school. It requires a lot more effort. It requires a lot of deadlines for you to meet. Hindi ito kagaya nung high school na pwede ka lang magpa-petiks-petiks at pwede mo lang walang bahala yung mga subjects mo. It's the time of your life that you need to take things a lot more serious, or kailangan mong i-level up yung sarili mo because college ka na. And sa college life kasi, ito yung time na pine-prepare mo yung sarili mo. So kung ano yung magiging ano ka in the near future. Say for example, with you, you're preparing yourself as a nurse. And dito sa college life, dito mo matututunan lahat ng essential skills and knowledge na magagamit mo when you become a professional registered nurse someday. Adapting to a new environment, dito rin pumapasok yung since you're not familiar, most especially for those who came from other school like me. Nung college ako, I came from another school. Although, when I was from kinder to grade 6, sa St. Michael's ako nag-aral. Nung high school, lumipat ako sa other school. And nung college, bumalik ako sa St. Michael to study nursing. It's still a different environment. I don't have anyone. In my section, I don't know anyone. So everyone is a complete strangers. Yung CI, hindi ko rin sila kilala. Yung personnel sa schools, unlike nung high school, nung 4 years ago doon, mostly even janitors, even security guards, kilala ko dun sa previous school ko. Dito, pagpasok ko sa St. Michael's, it's a completely different one. Wala akong kilala. Everyone is a total stranger. So that was one of the most challenging part to adapting to a new environment. And at the same time, yung structure nung learning from college or from high school to college is really different. Nung high school, we are used to having subjects like math, science, English, religion during first and second year. May mga nababago lang na mga ilan pero mostly structured kung ano yung pinag-aaralan mo. Well, in college, dito medyo unstructured na siya. Sometimes you have the privilege to choose kung ano yung mga subjects na gusto mong kunin at kung ano yung subjects na hindi mo muna gustong kunin. Say for example, in college or during high school, if your schedule, say for example, is from 7:30 to 4:30, dire-diretso yung klase. Well, in college, it's different. Sometimes you will go to school at 7:30, finish the first two subjects around 10:30, and yung next subject mo will be by 3:30 in the afternoon. So there's like 4 to 5 hours vacant. And those vacant hours, yun yung mga hindi mo alam kung ano yung mga pwede mong gawin, lalo na kung malayo yung bahay mo sa school. So ito yung mga adjustment. Sometimes, kung malayo yung bahay mo sa school, you just have to wait mismo sa school. For 6 hours, you have to kill time if you don't have something to do. So ito yung mga adjustments na medyo kinahirap ko during the first few months na nag-aral ako or nag-start ako ng college. But in time, to overcome this stage, wala ka naman dapat gawin. You just need to learn how to deal with it every day. Ito yung tipong challenge na malalagpasan mo siya in time, maybe after few weeks, maybe after few months. Sabi nga nila, it takes 2 weeks para maging habit mo yung isang bagay, and maybe during my time, after few months, during the first semester, after few months, naka-adapt naman ako eventually dun sa bagong structure ng learning. Secondly, is yung financial challenge. Second one, yung financial. I'm telling you right now, being a nursing student requires extensive finances. From daily allowances, from daily meals, from pamasahe, most especially pag dumating na yung time na nag-internship kayo to other places, and most especially if you have projects, you have to spend your own money para magawa mo yung mga projects na to, and para makapag intern ka sa iba't ibang places. And also at the same time, during the duration of your learning, during the duration of the school year, merong mga miscellaneous things na kailangan kang bayaran. Say for example, there's a book that you need to buy, so kailangan mong bilhin. Merong mga modules, kapag RLE ka na, you have to buy your OB bag, you have to buy your stethoscope, you have to invest on your Spigmos, you have to invest on your white shoes. You have to invest on a lot of things, and it requires financial support from your family or from yourself alone or from other people kung sino man yung sources ng finances mo. Key point in here is that I remember during my time, I'm the person na kung ano lang yung binigay sa akin ng parents ko, yun lang yung babudgetin ko. Say for example, I just can't hardly remember, but I think yung baon ko during that time is 100 pesos per day. So with that 100 pesos per day, I have to budget it for meals. I have to budget it para sa pamasahe. And the money that I would save from that, I would save it for future use. Say for example, I need to buy something for a subject, or I need to rent sa computer shop, or magpa-print for my project. So that with that, nakakasiguro ako na I have money for my expenses. And during that time, hindi pa uso yung like almost every bahay or almost every household merong wifi or may computer and printer sa bahay. During my time, siguro I think only 20% lang ng mga kaklase ko yung merong printers and internet sa bahay. And ito yung mga kaklase namin before na kinakaibigan namin, kasi medyo mas nakakatipid ka pag kaibigan mo sila. So, bula-bulahin mo lang, punta ka kunyari sa bahay nila, tapos yun pala nakiki-internet ka na, tapos maya-maya makikiprint ka na. But not most of the time, meron ganito. That's why you need to save, you need to you need to budget your money, or you're lucky enough if your parents can provide you with your daily needs, and with their, it can give you extra, most especially if you need something for a project, or something na meron kang kailangang seminar na puntahan, or sudden trip na kailangan mong ma-attend, which is requirement minsan dun sa isang subject. So the key point there is just budget. Don't buy things na hindi mo kailangan. Most especially kung meron kang makita from your classmate na isang bagay na meron siya na gusto mo. If you don't need it, just don't buy it. Keep it for future use. Well, mind you, after graduation mo, kapag kumita ka na ng pera on your own, you can buy anything you want. But for now, during the entire 4 years of your learning, even just make sure, kunin mo lang kung ano yung kailangan. And also, if you're asking from your parents, ask mo lang kung ano yung enough, and don't ask for too much, no? And only those things which are essential for you, yun lang yung kailangan mong bilhin or kailangan gamitin. Number 3, challenges, and I think yung pinakamahirap na challenge na na-face ko during my time as a college student, most especially nung freshman or first year ko, is yung pressure from people around me. Pressure from peers, pressure from friends, pressure from family, and pressure na ma-maintain ko yung grade na kailangan ko. Maybe for you, you have different things na nape-pressure sa inyo. Maybe some of you pressured from the love life, or pressured sa kung ano mang bagay. This time, ito yung mga time na ang daming factors na nagko-cause sa atin ng stress and nagko-cause sa atin ng pressure. During my time, just to share, since I was a college scholar ako ng Binyan, which I believe some of you are scholars then. The main challenge for me is to maintain the required grade, which is at that time, I think it's around 2.25 or around 84 and up, if I'm not mistaken. There was this subject back in college, I think it was microbiology and parasitology, na at the end of the semester, I just got 83. And that means it's 2.5. That means hindi mo na-meet yung required grade para mapagpatuloy mo yung scholarship mo. That time, kapag meron kang ganong grade, from 100% scholarship, bababaan lang nila into 50%. And I'm not sure nung time na yon kung makakaya ng parents ko yung finances, because I have other brother na nag-aaral din. So during that time, I consider that as one of my biggest failures na nakaharap ko when I was in college. And luckily during that time, I think na-continue ko pa rin yung 100% scholarship ko. Blessing in disguise during that time, because I think that was 2008 and it was election time. Yes, election nun. And since election nun, syempre yung mga kapatid natin sa politics, yung mga sir and moms natin doon, medyo galante sila na, mas bigyan ka pa ng chance para mas mapatunayan pa yung sarili mo. So luckily enough, even if I got that failing grade, I still managed to have my 100% scholarship for the next semester. And at the same time, these failures, mind you, these failures for me are just okay. You fail because you tried. You fail because maybe there's something missing. You fail because maybe you need to do better. You fail because you need to push yourself harder. And these failures for me are your motivations for you to strive more. Let's say for me, for example, I got this grade, and it motivates me na sana, sabi ko, next time, hindi ko na ulit makukuha to. So I did something para hindi na ulit to mangyari, which I tried to study hard. I tried to analyze kung saan nagkamali. And I see to it na hindi, during that time, hindi nga ako nag-focus at hindi ako nag-aral mabuti. Kaya hindi ko na-meet yung required grade. So the next time, I see to it na hindi na ulit yun mangyayari. And lucky enough, I was able to maintain grade 85 and up at hindi na siya nangyari. So this kind of failures, this will lead you to motivate yourself more, to strive harder. So it's okay to fail. Just make sure if you fail, you will not repeat the same mistake again. You will correct it, and you will try to do or to improve yourself for a better, right? So those are the three basic challenges lang na encounter ko when I was in freshman. Meron pang dadating dyan along the way, but you just have to make a plan kung paano mo kakaharapin tong mga challenges na to. Mind you, being a college student is not easy. If you're a college student, they will treat you as adult. They will not treat you as teenager anymore, kagaya nung high school. You need to be responsible and accountable to all the things that you will do. And kapag may mga problema dumating along the way, don't be shy to ask for help. Ask help for your friends, those only good friends. Ask friends to your or ask help to your clinical instructor, and ask help to your family. Seek guidance from them, and for sure tutulungan ka nila. And malalagpasan mo kung ano man yung mga challenges na dumadating sa'yo. Kung may mga challenges akong kinaharap, meron din naman tatlong bagay na hindi ko malilimutan kapag binabanggit yung nursing or kapag naisip ko yung life ko as a nursing student. Number one is yung related learning experience or yung RLE. Sa banaling sabi, this is the internship na tinatawag, in layman's term, internship. With RLE or with internship, which I believe will be introduced to you on your second year, dito na pumapasok yung ma-expose ka sa hospitals, dito na pumapasok yung mag-duty ka sa community, dito papasok yung ma-assign ka to other places such as sa Santa Cruz, sa QC or sa Manila, which you need to spend like 2 weeks with your group mates dun sa area na yon. Yeah, right, 2 weeks. Pagdating nyo ng third or fourth year, meron lang, in a specific place, say for example, National Center for Mental Health, you will be deployed there for 2 weeks and you have to stay there. So in my case, nagstay in ako sa dorm with my group mates. So yun yung mga bagay na hindi mo rin malilimutan, yung related learning experience. And sa internship din na to, dito mo makikita sa sarili mo, dito mo ma-realize, dito rin papasok sa'yo, dito mo matututunan na gusto mo talaga mag-nurse. Dito mo na magsisimulang maisip na ito yung gusto ko. Dito mo na masisimulang, kung mahal mo talaga yung nursing, dito mo masisimulan or makikita na para dito ka talaga. In my case, I had my internship at Binyan Doctors Hospital. I can remember this clearly. I think I was second year. It was second year. I was assigned to ICU, Binyan Doctors, but I was just assigned there maybe for 1-2 days exposure. And during that time, I told myself na someday I want to be an ICU nurse. Dahil during the time na na-expose ako sa Binyan Doctors ICU, nagustuhan ko. Yung iba natatakot sila sa ICU patient, pero ako nagustuhan ko yung mga machines, yung mga equipments, yung mga ECG tracing. So dun ko na-reflect sa sarili ko at as early as second year na gusto kong maging ICU nurse in the near future. Which I hope yun din yung maisip or ma-realize nyo by the time na mag-RLE na kayo. Second thing na hindi ko malilimutan as a nursing student is yung unlimited exams and case presentations. From prelims to midterms, to pre-finals and finals. Madami kayong exam na pagdadaanan at hindi lang yan. Meron ka pang comprehensive exams, meron ka pang qualifying exams, meron kang return demos every now and then, meron kang written revalida, meron kang oral revalida. As far as I remember, every after semester, meron ka ng mga revalidas na ito. And yes, it's not easy to pass these exams. You need to put a lot of efforts and you need to put a lot of time para maipasa yung exam nito. I'm not saying this para takutin kayo kasi I'm just saying this for you to be prepared. But don't worry, yung mga clinical instructors natin, they will help you and they will guide you to pass the exams. Hindi ka lang nila bibigyan ng exam, ito, exam, kailangan mong ipasa to. They will help you, they will give you pointers. They will show you how to ace an examination. And for sure, makakapasa kayo. And I think during my time, most of my batchmates, nakakapasa naman sila with the help, of course, of our clinical instructors. They're doing their part, and at the same time, you have to do your part as well. So yun yung mga hindi mo malilimutan na mga bagay sa nursing. Madami talagang exams, pero based on my experience, these exams will prepare you if you're planning to take foreign nurse licensure exams in the future, or this will really help you para makapasa ka ng local boards to get your local RN license if you're planning to advance to a higher level, if you want to work in the US, London, UK. These exams that you did in college, this will really help you pass foreign nursing exam. Take it from me. I've done that. And modesty aside, I already passed 5 nurse licensure examination foreign, and I'm telling you, yung mga techniques na tinuro sa atin nung college na apply ko nitong time na nag-exam na ako nung after graduation. So, keep it in mind. Next thing na hindi ko malilimutan sa pagiging nurse, pag pinag-usapan nurse, so I have firstly yung RLE, yung internship na sinabi ko at first, and next one yung unlimited examinations and case presentations. Lastly, third one is the whole experience itself. All the relationship that was built during the entire 4 years of your learning, all the places that you've been through, all the people you've met, all the people and the patients you've encountered. You learn how to deal with them, and you learn how to somehow deal with life, because in nursing you learn how to be independent, you learn how to work on your own. So yung overall experience, ito yung mga hindi ko malilimutan sa nursing. At the same time, as far as I remember, meron akong mga classmates noon na after some time naging mag-boyfriend-girlfriend sila during college, and after some time sila na naging mag-asawa. So who knows, the one seated beside you, sila yung magiging wife or husband mo. We never know. So it's the overall experience with nursing. Nakakatuwa kasi madadala mo to in the near future pag nag-work ka na bilang isang tunay na nurse. Now, I have here 3 advices for you to be able to become successful. For me, it's not successful because I myself, I feel that I'm not successful at all. I need to do a lot to become successful. Maybe these tips for you to become accomplished, maybe I think it's the right term. The things I do para ma-accomplish ko kung ano man yung meron na ako ngayon. Number 1 is I set goals. Short or long term, you have to set goals, because remember, dreams without goals being set is just a dream. Don't let yourself be stuck with your dream. Why or how? Work on it. Set some goals, and your goals should be attainable. Your goals should be idealistic or realistic, and your goals should be specific. Like in my case, the goal I've set, the greatest goal I've set after college is that, sabi ko, at the age of 24, I have to leave the Philippines and work abroad. And every day of my life, yun yung iniisip ko. Sabi ko, 3 years lang ako dito, by 24, kailangan ko na mag-abroad. And sa kakaisip ko nung thought na yun, by the time na dumating ako ng second year na nagwo-work na ako as a nurse, nag-start na ako mag-take ng other exams, nag-start na ako mag-apply sa agencies, and luckily, on my 24th, pagtugtong ko ng 24, I was able to go abroad. So set goals. These goals will help you focus. These goals will help you do things step by step. These goals will lead you para gawin yung mga bagay na kailangan mong marating. But make sure na hindi naman imposibleng yung mga goals na sineset mo ay hindi naman imposible. Okay? Next one na ma-advise ko sa inyo is you have to be passionate on all the things you do. For the past 10 years na naging nurse ako, Minsan tinatanong ko yung sarili ko, bakit ba hindi ako napapagod? Knowing that nursing is really stressful. It's emotional, psychological, and physically exhausting. But at the same time, it's fulfilling. And maiintindihan niyo yung sinabi ko kapag nakagraduate na kayo or as early as mag-start kayo mag-RLE or mag third year, fourth year. It's really exhausting. It's stressful. But the reason why most of us nurses, registered nurses, don't get tired is because we are passionate about what we do. Lalo ngayon, there's a pandemic, napapansin nyo na parang exhausted na and burnout na yung mga colleagues natin na nurses all throughout. But they don't quit. They keep on trying. They keep on fighting simply because we share one common denominator. We are passionate with what we do. We love what we do. We enjoy what we do. And if you have these things, believe me, you will never ever get tired. Same with your clinical instructors. Your clinical instructors have been there for several years and they don't get tired because it's their passion. It's their passion to teach. It's their passion to hone people and individuals to become professionals someday. So yun lang yung explanation na yun. So you have to be passionate in all the things you do. Find the things you're passionate about and for sure it will lead you to the right path. Lastly, to be able to become an accomplished registered nurse, a registered young professional, you need to have KSA. What is KSA? During the entire 4 years of your life in nurse or as a nursing student, lagi niyong maririnig to sa mga CI nyo. KSA, K means knowledge, S means skills, A means attitude. You need to have enough knowledge, you need to have the skills, and you need to have good attitude as a nurse. Knowledge and skills can be learned. It can be given by you, by your clinical instructors. It can be self-learned. It can be learned through your peers. It could be learned to your boss, to your managers. But the one thing which is most important is the attitude. I've witnessed a lot of colleagues before. They're very good. They have good knowledge. They do have a lot of good skills. But sometimes they don't have the right attitude. So they sometimes fail to become accomplished. They're not happy with what the things with the things that they do. So that's the most important thing. Attitude, which is something that cannot be learned, I guess. Attitude is something that it's in you from the time you were born. It's something that I think you learn from your childhood. What I mean by attitude is that you just always have to be humble. You just need to respect your colleagues. You need to respect everyone around you. And for sure, you will be able to become accomplished. One more thing, just to set an example of knowledge, skills, attitude. I will give myself as an example. At an early age of 27, I was already assigned or tasked to be a charge nurse of a unit. And being a charge nurse in a foreign land, in a foreign hospital, with foreign colleagues, it's not easy. I'm working with Koreans, Jordanians, Canadians, and all other nationalities, Indians, and it's not easy to be tasked as, or to be given a task as a charge nurse. And during that time, I was 27. I was the youngest in the group. I was the youngest in the unit. Most of my colleagues are like 32 and above, and most of them have more good resumes than me, meaning to say they have even better experience and knowledge compared to me. But I asked my manager, why is it me? Bakit ako? I don't have this knowledge yet. I don't have these skills yet that my other colleagues had from before. So why do you choose me to be charge nurse? Why do you choose me to lead them? And one thing he said, which actually breaks my heart, he told me, it's because you have a good attitude. You respect everyone. Your attitude towards work, your attitude towards your colleague, and your attitude to learning more skills and knowledge, it is what makes you different from any other individuals or any other colleagues you have here. So sabi ko, at that time, parang namukhayan ako. Hanggang dito ba naman, after graduation, you will deal with knowledge, skills, and attitude? And na-realize ko na tama nga yung sinasabi nung mga CI ko before, na these three things, KSA, you should always bear this in mind. And above this KSA, this knowledge, skills, attitude, above all, you need to have this attitude. You need to have good attitude to be able to become accomplished. I think this video is making too long. It's almost 30 minutes. Anyway, I think I have to end it here. I'm looking forward and I'm really excited to what's in store for every one of you for the next 4 years. And just a piece of advice, just a parting words for everyone. Just be humble. Always be humble and don't try to compete with anyone. Just try to compete with yourself. Next, I guess, is to love your parents. It sounds weird, but I believe na kapag mahal mo yung parents mo and kapag hindi mo sila kinakalimutan, susuklian yon ng something good. If you do good to your parents, something good will happen to you, which I think is very, very true. And lastly, always pray to God. Don't forget to pray. In this time, ang daming nangyayari sa paligid, most especially this pandemic. And I cannot say na don't be afraid of the pandemic because it's something na kailangan mong paghandaan, especially kapag nurse ka na. I can say na don't be afraid, but just be prepared because anyway, there's a lot of things na pwede mong gawin to be prepared. And I think from the beginning, when you are ngayon na nursing student kayo, I think our clinical instructors will prepare you for that situation. So by the time na maging nurses na kayo, kahit may konting fear, kapag nangyari ulit to, at least you know by yourself that you're prepared. No? So I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope one of these days makita-kita tayo sa US, sa London, or sa Ireland, sa Australia, or dito sa Middle East, kung saan man tayo magkita. And by that time, after 4 years, I do hope na registered nurses na kayo and masasabi nyo rin sa sarili nyo na happy ako at nag-nurse ako. Yun lang. Again, and good afternoon to every one of you, and I wish you everyone a great day.